I just got through here, finished doing some sanding on the edge of the sheath. That way everything would be nice and flat between the edges of the sheath and the welt in the middle. This is the spine side. You can see where I have that extra layer. You can see where it goes from the tip of the blade here, where the extra welt layer is added in. This edge side doesn't have. Sanded it up, got it how I wanted. I might work on the tip a little more to shape that. And what I'm using is just this belt sander that I have put in a vise, and I just made sure to lock the trigger, and then when I want to turn it on, I just plug it into my power cord and I can go along and I can sand. And even though I had this glued, I was a little worried about it coming apart if I did some sanding, if I got a little too aggressive. So what I actually did was I went and first drilled 2 holes on the corners of the sheath, halfway along the middle point and the tip, and the other middle point, and just threaded some lace through and tied it off. Did my sanding. Then I went ahead and clamped it just on this piece of wood on the workbench table here, and added this other piece on top, although I did pat it with a paper towel. I wasn't clamping hard, but I don't want to mark my sheath now that it's getting close to the finished stage. And now what I need to do is, I also worked on my belt loop assembly. You can see here that I did a practice run of the dyeing of the black edge, and I really like how it turned out. And I have this stitched up. So I was going to glue this and let it set, but I didn't want to wait that long, and it's coming up on the weekend. So I just held it tightly together, and that strap and the cutout helps it lock in. So I just held it and sanded it fairly roughly to how I want it. Then I'm going to stitch it to the sheath and maybe do a little more sanding with it all together as a single layer on the side. So now I'm going to clamp these together and drill them.